Okay, we're live today on Authors and Illustrators. From all this remote learning for kids and teachers and principals and moms and dads that are out there. We're still indoors. Don't forget to take care of yourselves. And today we have Ralph Masiello, a wonderful illustrator. He was on a few days ago, but I invited him back because he's going to do a drawing lesson today for all you kids out there. And before he does a drawing lesson, I'll just remind you of a few things. Ralph illustrated the Frog Alphabet Book for me. He illustrated the Reptile Alphabet Book for me. He illustrated the Extinct Alphabet Book. He illustrated the Icky Bug Alphabet Book. He illustrated the Icky Bug Counting Book. And he illustrated the Skull Alphabet Book. So there you go. That's Ralph Masiello. And of course, he could tell you, he'll be telling you, he has his own drawing books. He and I did, 6 or 7 books together. And then he went off on his own. He did his own drawing books. He did a fabulous job. I love his drawing books. Last week when we had him on, I said his dragon drawing book has the coolest cover of any children's book I've ever seen. Hey, before we go any further, and I turn it over to Ralph, Ralph, I'll tell you one. I'll tell everybody one story. Here is a painting you did. I finally got it framed. And when we did the Icky Bug book, the Reptile book. When we did the Reptile book, here we go. There was a page where one of the creatures had a really long tongue. So we were debating, how can we show the tongue? I hope I can find it. And maybe I have the wrong book. Let's see, where did it go? We were debating, oh, here it is.
Chameleon.
How to show the really long tongue. So look what we did. There's the chameleon. He has a really long tongue. He catches bugs with his tongue. I call Ralph up and Ralph had an idea. Why don't we do it over 3 pages? So there's 1. There's page 2. Ralph used to joke and tell everyone that he got just as much money for this page.
It's true.
This page. That's pretty funny. And then look, you turn the page of the book and there it is. There's a dragonfly that the chameleon caught. So look, when Ralph really did the painting, there's the actual painting right there. So how do you like that, teachers, kids? There's a real painting. It got to be in the book, and you can see this is a really long painting. I haven't figured out in my house where I was going to put it. What do you think, Ralph? Should I put it over my bed?
No, put it in the bathroom.
That's right. You've never gone more than 1 hour without talking about the bathroom. Hey, ready? How do you like teachers, kids, parents? This is a cover Ralph did for me. And is that the right way? Yeah. The front of the cover is right there. So look, this is the Extinct. Someone said I should get back. This is the Extinct cover. And there it is right there. Beautiful job, Ralphie. It's one of my favorite covers of all my books. And here's the actual cover. See, later on, we laid the type on there. And down below, you see our names. Jerry Pallotta, that's me. And Ralph Masiello, that's Ralphie right there. He's going to give a drawing lesson in a few minutes. How do you like that cover, kids, teachers? Isn't that great? I have one more cover to show because I don't know if it showed very well last week. How do you like this? Here is the cover to this is a beautiful painting. Here's the cover of the Reptile Alphabet Book. And sure enough, if I lay the cover on top of there, you can barely tell the difference. Look at that. How do you like that, Ralph? You like seeing your art like that? Is that pretty good?
I like that. That looks great.
Look at that. There it is right there. And look, there it is right there.
Still my favorite cover of all the ones that I've done for you is the Skull Alphabet Book. And if you give me a second, I'll go towards the back of my.
Go get it.
I'll go get it. It's on the wall here. I'll take it down.
Yeah. And of course, Ralph thinks he's funny. Look, he put Mickey Mouse ears over here on this cactus right there. I guess he just wanted to see if kids would notice the Mickey Mouse ears right there. So good going, Ralph. Nice book. And these reptiles are so real looking. And you're such a tight painter. When you really get going, you're such a beautiful painter. Oh, that's the skull cover?
Yeah, this is the Skull Alphabet Book cover. I don't know if they can see that or not.
There it is. There's a skull cover. Beautiful. That is really nice. I remember saying to you, I had a vision of marble, do marble, you know?
Well,
And,
I remember you sent me a postcard from Italy of the catacombs with all the skulls of priests and stuff throughout history made into
oh yeah,
walls and things, and I thought, well, you know, how to do that with this. So
that's church near the U.S. Embassy in Rome.
Yeah, well, that's where I got the idea to do that particular cover, from the postcard you sent me when you were there.
Go in, and there's the skulls of 500 monks from 500 years ago. I
Yeah.
remember, pretty spooky. It
Yeah,
says, "What you are, we once were. What we are, you will be." That was a pretty spooky sign right in front of skulls. But we were working on the skull book at the time. Yeah, I remember sending you that postcard. Beautiful job though on the skull.
You know how you were talking about the Mickey Mouse ears?
Yeah.
I want to show something, a little inside joke in the Skull Alphabet Book. And kids will probably get this one. Some kids get it, some kids don't. The letter L is a lion skull.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they can see that or not, but there's
Yeah.
a lion skull.
This is what I think.
What's
when
the
I see
joke
that.
there?
Here's the joke. Na, 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 na. That's the joke. For anyone that knows that. Hey, Ralph, can I show them something
No,
else?
that's Pride Rock from the Lion King. Yep.
Yeah. Nice job. You ready? Kids out there, parents, here's a joke that Ralph played on me. It's ready? If you look closely, if you look in the trees, and you look at the leaves, it says, let me see if I can get a little closer.
I can see it pretty well here.
It says, "Find Jerry in the trees. Find Jerry." And of course, I didn't know he did this, but I know that he called my wife up and he got a photograph without telling anyone. And sure enough, later on, look what he did. He used my head as a rock. So there, look, see, there's me right there. But he used the rock.
It's been years and years and years since I've done that, and I still find it funny.
Yeah, I have that somewhere. I gotta put that up somewhere. That's
That's a frameable piece. You need that in your house.
yeah, that's a Tasmanian pouched wolf,
Yeah.
which is extinct. And sure enough, if you go over to the Museum of Natural History, it used to be the Museum of Comparative Zoology, the Museum of Natural History at Harvard University in Boston. Teachers, parents, whoever's out there listening, kids, if you come to Boston, you got to go to the Museum of Natural History at Harvard, 26 Oxford Street, and you have to go in there and you'll see an extinct Tasmanian pouched wolf. So they have one stuffed that is there. You know what my uncle used to say? "We have their DNA. We could build them." That's what my uncle used to say about the Tasmanian pouched wolf.
Your uncle scared me a bit, I gotta tell you.
That's a funny joke Ralph played on me. I think there's one more in here somewhere.
Well, the long neck lizard there, the Tanistropheus, which is the extra letter T page.
Yeah.
On the edge of the cliff, it says Jerry was here.
Oh yeah, he says that in the cliff there, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it down on the bottom there. Jerry was here.
Yeah.
Jerry's pretty old.
That's not the one I was thinking of. I love this one. So on one of the pages, we didn't know what the creature looked like because it's extinct and no one really knows what it was like. I think it's a fish called an undina, an extinct fish. So on the letter U, look, here's the letter U. I told Ralph, just because we don't know what the creature looked like, just spill some paint. Just spill some paint. So Ralphie spilled some paint. But when you really look at it closely, you realize it's Elvis. There's Elvis right there. So Ralphie did that.
Well, I spent a lot of time by myself, working. I have to entertain myself. Again, like I said last week.
Not many people catch that.
Some people don't. Sometimes I've talked to librarians that have read that book over and over and over to kids and have never seen the picture of you nor the Elvis.
Yeah. But do you think when they look at me, they see how, and then just for fun, I'll show, here's some other ones Ralph did. This was from the dinosaur book. Ralph did this beautiful painting. And here's another one. And let's see. Oh yeah, I love this, Ralphie. I love this one.
Yeah,
Here's
the Frilled Lizard.
Frilled Lizard from the reptile book. I mean, if you're a kid and you're reading a book, don't you want to meet the Frilled Lizard? He is so cool. And I might have a couple more, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, Ralph. It's your day. We're gonna have a great time. And let's see.
I wanna
Oh
make
yeah,
sure that,
this
before-
is the title page of the reptile book.
yeah, I love that one. That's an emerald tree boa.
An emerald tree boa. Look at the painting. And of course, that's an oil paint. Ralph doesn't use tricks. He doesn't use computers. He painted it in oil paints. The background was airbrushed though, right?
Yeah,
That's like a
I would airbrush different color backgrounds so that each page would have a different color, so it wouldn't be a red then another red. So I would just randomly airbrush background colors, and then I'd paint whatever on top of them.
Yeah.
With oil paints.
I believe this is the cover of the dinosaur book. Oh, I forgot to bring the dinosaur book down. But I believe that's the cover of the dinosaur book right
Yeah, I
there.
was doing that one during the time my wife was giving birth to our first child, Alexa. That was a little stressful time doing that book because it was just at the time my wife was giving birth to daughter.
I love how you how old are your kids now?
My oldest daughter is gonna be 30. Alexa's gonna be 30 on June 14th, and my youngest daughter is 24.
Wow. So I love how Ralph painted really different colored dinosaurs, you know. Most books they're just gray, they're just blue, they're light gray or dark gray, or you know, maybe dark green. I think that's it. I don't know if I have any other paintings here today. I think that's it for what I have of yours. Beautiful job, Ralph.
Thank you.
Oh, here's one. Here's one from the Skull book. In yeah, that's the X page of the Skull book.
And if you notice, I hide things in that book. I hid the presidents. You can see on that page, and that's canvas. You can tell it is Jimmy Carter. I think one, right?
Yeah, Jimmy Carter's down there.
Jimmy Carter down there. Right?
Ronald
Reagan. Ronald Reagan is up above there, upside down on that.
Yeah, so I guess I could turn it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. There he is right there. He's in the cactus right there. All right. I showed enough stuff. Great job. Beautiful books. They're all still in print. They all sell really well. And kids love them and teachers love them. We're lucky guys.
And we were very lucky. The Skull Alphabet Book won the 2004 New York State Charlotte Award. All the kids in the state of New York voted that their favorite book, not in the younger kid division, but in the older kid division, in the intermediate. So it was kind of funny that the alphabet book was up against one of Jerry Spinelli's novels. And the funny thing is, every time I see Jerry Spinelli, I'll say, quickly joke, "Hey, remember the time the alphabet book beat your novel?" And he'll be like, "Stop, Ralph. That's enough. I've heard that joke enough, too many times."
Yeah.
Well, it's because he's a Phillies fan and we're Red Sox fans. I have to do that.
That's right. You have to razz him. All right, Ralph, there you go.
Okay. So, am I on screen? Because I see Jerry Large here. So I don't know. Am I up on screen here?
Yeah, I think you're on screen.
I just want to make sure everybody can see me.
Yes, you're on screen.
So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be drawing some things from some of my books, my how to draw books, but some of them are not in any books yet. So the first thing I want to do, I'll just quickly, for those of you that weren't here last week, I'll just quickly go through some of these books that I did. I did the Icky Bug book with Jerry. That was the first book I did for kids. Yucky Reptile, Frog, Dinosaur Alphabet Book, Icky Bug Counting Book, the Extinct Alphabet Book. Then I did a book for author Pam Munoz Ryan, and I actually have to turn around to get that book. This book right here, The Flag We Love, which is a very popular book. That was dedicated to my dad, who was in World War II. Then I did a book for Stephanie Brockway, and it's called The Mystic Files Beast Book. This is an older kid's book. This is a visual journal of a fictitious 13-year-old girl who's set off on a quest by a mysterious person to do research into mythological creatures. And while she's doing research, the mythological creatures start entering her real life and causing all kinds of problems, which will actually lead to next book in the series. But then I visit a lot of schools, just like Jerry. I visit a lot of schools. I've been to over 2,800 schools. And back in the 1990s, I would draw a little beetle because kids were always asking me how to draw things. And I'd have to sit down and draw these little pictures with them. And usually during my programs, I draw something more detailed, but the kids seem to want something simple. So I would use a letter O, a letter U, a letter T, and a Z to make a beetle. And because of that, I started doing these how to draw books. And the first one was the bug drawing book. Also did a dinosaur drawing book, which I don't seem to have here with me. Ocean drawing book. I made a mistake last week and I did the same thing again today. I grabbed some Chinese versions of my books. Also did a Christmas drawing book. There's the dragon book. There's the Halloween book, but again, that's in Chinese for some reason. The farm drawing book, a robot drawing book. This is one of my favorites, the Ancient Egypt How to Draw book. Then I did the fairy drawing book. And this is my brand new one. This came out last September, the alien drawing book. And then this is a book that just came out this past month called the Fantastic Fruits, a Grimmel Grove coloring book. So this is actually a coloring book for adults or kids. And actually towards the end is kind of honoring my how to draw books. I show you how to draw a dragon fruit. And then you turn the dragon fruit into a dragon. So you flip the dragon fruit upside down and you turn it into a dragon fruit dragon. So that's a little honoring of my drawing books. Last week when I was here with Jerry, I showed everybody how to make an easel. And some of you have already done that. And I'm going to show this again. A lot of times when I visit schools, they don't have a good easel. They have these tripod easels, these little spindly wooden easels, and sometimes they give me a pad of paper and they put it right on there, and it flops around. It's like you're trying to draw in water. And so Jerry and I were actually at a school in Michigan, and a principal and Jerry and I were trying to figure out how to make an easel, and we looked over and there was a 6-foot Rubbermaid folding table, and I thought, let me grab that. So I locked in a set of legs. And I stood it up, and it's become my favorite easel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera over here a little bit. There's some of my house here, and I'm going to get the table. Okay. So this is a 6-foot folding table. A lot of people have these in their garages, and all I do is I drop one set of legs down. See the legs down the bottom. I'll lift it up so you can see. Drop the set of legs down and then make sure it's locked in place. And then what you'll do is you'll stand the thing up nice and tall. And actually, I'm going to bring my light over here a little better so there's better light on this. And what you do is you'll tape paper onto the surface. Now, if you have the big pads of paper, you can have a nice big drawing. So I use the big chart pack paper, and I'm going to tape this up. Now, Jerry, if you want to do a little talking while I'm taping some paper up, that would be great.
Okay. I would say that most authors and illustrators never meet each other. Somehow Ralph and I got to work together, mostly because I self-publishing. I did my first 4 books by myself. In fact, last time we spoke, I got a text and an email from a stranger and said, "Tell us about yourself." But I've already done a few shows, so I didn't say much about myself. But my first book was the Ocean Alphabet Book, and after that, I met Ralph, and he did the Icky Bug Alphabet, and we actually met regularly. So we got to know each other. We got to design the book together. you know, and Ralph taught me a lot. Like, you know, he taught me stuff I never imagined. He taught me about uh, color you could sort of see through, a color that's really solid. He taught me about somber colors, like you look at them and you're sad. And he taught me about happy colors. And he taught me, like, if something was really bright, put a dull background behind it. It all sounds really common sense, but if you've never done a book before, how would you know? And then he taught me if something was really dull, we'd have to put a really bright background to make it pop better. So he taught me about putting a trap line around things, you know, and he taught me how if we look at a Disney character, it doesn't have a black line around it, it has a brown line around it. For some reason, Disney used brown traps around creatures or characters that they made. Ralph also taught me about Caravaggio. So I didn't really know Caravaggio. People know Michelangelo, they know Da Vinci, you know, they know all those guys, but
Out of focus for some reason.
I think Ralph is Caravaggio incarnated, you know? So
What, am I in focus again?
what?
I went out of focus for a minute.
No, you
Okay,
look good.
I'm ready to draw. So all you kids, all you teachers, get out your paper, your pencils, your markers, your crayons if you want them, and we're going to start to draw. I'm going to do the one that started my whole How to Draw series. This is how it all began, and I've done this in hundreds of schools over the years. And the first thing I want to do is show you the letters I'm going to use. I'm going to use a letter O, a letter U, a letter T, and a letter Z. You remember this one, Gary?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to make a beetle from 4 letters of the alphabet. Now, this is very simple. Kindergarten kids, preschool kids, this is what I would draw with them. So I'm going to start by making an O or an oval. There's your body of your beetle. Now for the head, I'm going to let everybody do that.
Go ahead.
Your mic is breaking up a little bit. For the head, I'm going to use the letter U, but I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to make it short and wide, kind of like a big frown over the top. So I'm going to go up and down like that. So there's the head of your beetle. For 2 eyes, I make 2 upside down letter U's right here, kind of little bumps. Upside down letter U there, upside down letter U there. They're really short and wide. For 2 antennae, we're going to make 2 upside down letter U's. Now I'm going to let everybody catch up. I know there's some little kids probably watching, so I want to let them have time to catch up. So the antennae are also going to be upside down letter U's. So coming out of the head, you're going to go up and over and down, upside down letter U. Then you're going to go up and over and down, upside down letter U. There's your 2 antennae. Now, beetles, when they come to rest, now they have wings, but when they come to rest, the wings fold up over their back. And I'm going to use the letter T to make the wings folded over the back. Now, it's an uppercase letter T, not a lowercase, not a small letter T, but the big letter T. So you're going to go all the way across, and then you're going to go down. Letter T. And while the kids are drawing that, I'm going to talk about the legs. Now, insects have 6 legs, and they're usually segmented. They're bent up, you know. So we're going to use letter Z, and you only touch the beginning of the Z to the side of the body. So on the right-hand side, you're going to make 3 of these, just with the beginning of the letter Z touching the side of the body. Z, Z, Z. Now, on the opposite side, you're going to make the Z's backwards. Kindergarten, preschool, and first graders, they make great backward Z's. They just do them automatically. So to make it easy, when it's part of the body, you're going to go away from the body, toward the body, and away. Away, toward, away. Away, toward, away. So there's your beetle design. Now, when you're done, you want to decorate your beetle with some kind of pattern. It could be a ladybug. You could put some ovals here or something. But I've seen kids make cookie bugs, pizza bugs, teacher bugs. I always do this. I put some stars and stripes on mine. So I'm going to put some stars on it. You can put whatever you want. You can put hearts on yours. So there's my stars. And the stripes, they're red and white. And the white is the paper. So there's my Yankee Doodle Bug. Call that the Yankee Doodle Bug. And when you're done, always sign your artwork. So I'm going to use the black here. Sign your artwork. So here's my signature, my autograph, Ralph, mashed potatoes and gravy. I was at a school in Texas about 25 years ago, and a kid called me Mr. Masiello. So now kids are always calling me different names: Mr. Mozzarella, Mr. Mashed Potatoes, Mr. Messy Fellow, Mr. Meatball, Mr. Mosquito. I get them all. 2020. Now, if it's an original drawing, and here's a little lesson for adults too. If it's an original drawing and you haven't copied anybody else's, you put a C with a circle around it before your name. That means copyright. That means nobody can copy your art without their permission. In 1978, the copyright law that existed since 1905 changed for artwork. Anytime you create an original piece of artwork, and you haven't copied anybody else's, the instant you create it, it's actually copywritten. It's called statutory copyright law. So all your artwork is copywritten as long as it's original. People say, no, you have to pay for copyright. That's not true. Copyright is intellectual property. What they're talking about is when you register your copyright with the Library of Congress or something like that. But even kids' artwork, as long as it's original, it's copywritten. So how'd you guys do on that one? You guys ready for the next one? Okay, we're going to do the next one. I'm going to take this off here. Jerry, you can talk a little bit while I put up another piece of paper.
Sure. So I've seen Ralph when he drew that bug. He used a huge O when he started out, a really huge O. But I've seen him do a really skinny O. And when you do a really skinny O, it makes the bug be a totally different kind of bug. All right, go ahead.
All right, so the next one we're going to do is a simple robot. And I love doing robots with little kids because robots are geometric shapes. And little kids are learning about their squares and their rectangles and their circles and things like that. So we're going to start with a rectangle. I'm going to start with a rectangle going this way. Now your rectangle can go this way. This is your drawing, but I'm going to start my rectangle kind of going sideways, kind of tip sideways. I'm going to make a rectangle that goes down like this. There's a rectangle. Everybody got their rectangle? Now down below it, and not even touching it, down below, I'm going to put a circle. I'm going to make a circle right here. So a circle, that's going to be its belly. Not a perfect circle, but that's okay. So you got the head and the body. How are you going to connect your head to your body? Now you could use two lines going down. You could have electricity holding it up. Use your imagination a little bit. I like to make it into a spring. And to make a spring, I'm going to make a spiral line. It's going to go around and around and around and around and then touch the body. So you're going to go around and around and around and touch the body. Spring, boing, boing, boing. It's springing. Now I'm not going to do the arms yet. I'm going to do the feet. Even before I do the legs, I'm going to do the feet. Way down the bottom here, I'm going to put a line and up and down a half circle. A line, up and down a half circle. So these are on the ground. We're going to need some legs here. I'm going to actually make a rectangle on the bottom here and a rectangle on the bottom here. How are you going to connect your feet to your body? Again, you could do springs. You could do two lines. Maybe you have a kneecap in the middle. So I'm going to make a little kneecap. I'm going to make a circle in the middle here. A circle. So how is this going to connect all together? You could do two lines going down to that circle. Two lines going down to that circle. And then I have two lines going down to the feet. So there's my little robot's legs. It needs some arms, right? Okay, so I'm going to have, think of this as Dominoes. You know when you have to set up your dominoes and you knock them down, they all fall down. Think of 5 dominoes, just lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are gonna be arms. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make a wavy line, and a wavy line is like a smile. Smile, 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 smile. I walked a mile. Over here, smile, 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 smile. I got eaten by a crocodile. Like to add a little fun to it. The bottom is gonna be a frown. Frown, 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 frown. I wish I could go to town. Frown, 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 frown. I'm afraid of a clown. So you get your little arms. You might want to have a little cuff on the end. So I'm going to put a rectangle there and a rectangle there. Now I'm going to let kids catch up a little bit. Jerry, you want to say anything while the kids are catching up?
Belly button.
You want to do a belly button? Okay, we'll do a belly button right there. There's a belly button. I'm going to actually do something with that belly button later.
All right.
Okay, so now we've got our arms and claws. This one's going to kind of be tight because it's going to go off the page. I'm going to make a letter V on its side, a letter V, turn it on its side, letter V, and then a letter V right here. Those don't look like very good claws, but if you make it each one of those lines into a triangle, a triangle, a triangle, and a triangle, you got little claws. So you get the little triangles for claws, and they're going to open and close. You can make your own kind of claws too. Robot needs eyes. Love to make big circular eyes. So I'm going to make these really big, a big circle. And a big circle. Somebody told me this looks kind of like Wall-E. Circle in a circle. I'll put a circle here and a circle here. And like I was saying last week, when I do the pupils, I like to leave a white highlight, a white spot on there. So I'll make a little circle inside, and a circle inside, but I'm going to color around that circle. So leave a little white spot in the eye. If you've ever seen manga drawings or anime drawings, they always have little white spots on the eyes. You can put a nose in here. Now my nose, I like a triangle for right in there because see how it fits kind of nice there. So I'm going to put a little triangle right there. You can have a big giant mouth going across, or maybe I'm going to do an oval, small little oval, like woo. Okay, so eyebrows show expression. Now, if I wanted an angry robot, I'd have eyebrows going down like this. If it was bored, it'd be eyebrows just going across like this. I want to have my eyebrows kind of jumping off the top of the head. You're like woo. It needs. I'll do a rectangle and a rectangle. You can do a triangle and a triangle. This one, you kind of use your imagination a little bit because, you know, it's a made up thing. And we'll have some antenna going up. And I'll put a heart shape on this one and a heart shape on that one. Oh, how romantic. My robot likes to think. I can't hear you, Jerry. Your mic is muted.
Hey, Ralph.
Yeah.
Susan from Colorado has called in. And
yes.
And I'm sorry, I can't read the question. Can you read it?
Do you always complete a drawing before painting it, or do you sketch and do most of the details while you're painting? Well, I always do sketches. I do hundreds of sketches when I work on a painting. I do hundreds of sketches. Small little thumbnail sketches. They're little tiny things, just, you know, planning it out. And then what I'll do is I'll do a better and better and better drawing. And then what I'll do is I'll transfer my good drawing onto canvas or paper, and then I'll paint it in. But it always evolves. As I'm painting it, I'm adding details. So mine likes to think. So I'm going to have a rectangle here. It's kind of a fun thing to do. A little rectangle on top of its head. A couple lines going up. Now I'm going to get the letter C, and I'm going to turn it upside down like this. Letter C, upside down. Now you have a light bulb. And you want to have the little inside of the light bulb. It's a skinny upside down letter U. And then 2 lines like this. I'm going to go back to this spiral line right here. You can have a zigzag, but I'm going to do a spiral. around and around and around and touch that. And you know what? Since Jerry, maybe you do a belly button. There you go. Now, if I want to have it be a wind-up robot, like, you know, a toy robot.
Ralph, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this robot more intelligent than you?
Quite possibly. So then I'm going to make a wind-up robot. I'll make 2 lines sticking out here. And this kind of looks like a number 8. So I'm going to make a loop this way and a loop this way and kind of connect them together. It looks kind of like a peanut shape. You're going to put some circles in there. And that's got a wind-up key for your robot. There you have it. Make sure you put your name on your drawing. Again, Ralph Masiello, 2020. Copyright symbol, but I give you permission. You can copy that if you like. You can draw that whatever way you want. Okay, I'm going to get ready for another piece of paper. So, Jerry, if you want to talk a little bit while I'm getting another piece of paper ready.
Yeah. I was trying to think of Ralph and I have talked about doing another book together. We haven't done a book together for I think over 20 years, but we might do another book. You know, we've been talking about it, so I won't give the idea.
I've always wanted to do a Parasite Alphabet Book. The pesty Parasite Alphabet Book, like, you know, D is for Dutch elm disease, T is for tapeworm. How disgusting tapeworm would be, but kids would love it. So this one I'm going to actually turn horizontally. Actually, you know, and I'll turn it the long way too. It'd be easier. And this one is going to be a teddy bear. We're going to make a teddy bear. And we're going to start, now you're going to do this up here. We're going to make an oval up here. And the body's going to be down here. So if you get your finger and you just kind of figure out there's an oval and a bigger oval for the body, it's like a number 8. The head and the body, the head and the body, the head and the body. So I'm going to make an oval. And I tend to make my oval for my teddy bear a little bit fuzzy, a little bit bumpy. So it's an oval. I tell kids it looks like a cookie. So here you have a cookie floating in space. The Adventures of Space Cookie. Okay, so now down the bottom here, we're going to make a bumpy letter U. So this is actually going to be like a letter U. Down here, bumpy, 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 bumpy. So it's like a bumpy letter U. And so it looks like a weird kind of pineapple or something. I don't know. Or an oval with a tongue sticking up. And then right here, you're going to make a letter U. Oh no, I drew a toilet in school. That's terrible. I can't believe I drew a toilet in online school. Okay, so now we've got this tongue thing. But we need the ears. So you're going to make an upside down letter U right here. And an upside down letter U right there. And you can make those bumpy too. And inside that, an upside down letter U there. And an upside down letter U there. Of course, your teddy bear needs arms and legs. You need your arms and your legs. We'll start by making really simple stick lines. I'm going to let kids catch up a little bit, Jerry. So we've got the head, which is a bumpy oval, a letter U, upside down letter U, upside down letter U, upside down letter U, upside down letter U. Where this oval and the letter U meet, we're going to make a line that goes out like this. And then when it goes out like this, those are going to be the arms. Very skinny right now, though. At the bottom, we're going to make a line that goes out this way and out this way. So make them all about the same length. One that goes out this way, one that goes out this way. This drawing is actually in my Christmas drawing book as part of like the presents. Okay, so now you've got these really skinny arms and legs, and the teddy bear needs to be kind of fuzzy and fun. That looks kind of skinny and not very fun to hold on to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out here, and these are going to look like musical notes. We're going to go out to the end. We're going to loop down and then back up. We're going to make an oval. You kids know what an oval is. You're going to go down and then back up. You're going to go whoop, 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 whoop. And then these, you're going to go up and down. Those go down and up. This is going to go up and then down. So you're going to go up and then down, up and then down. Looks like golf clubs, doesn't it? Okay, so kids that are in second grade, they probably learn parallel lines. And so parallel lines are lines that are side by side that never cross over each other. And we're going to make the other part of the arm, so it's nice and chubby. You're not going to make the line here. You're not going to make it here. You're going to go way to the very bottom, not even right there. You're going to go way to the very bottom. You're going to go in like this. You're not going to go here. You're not going to go here. You're not going to go here. You're going to go very bottom, and you're going to bring that line in like that. With the bottoms, you're going to go not here, not here, not here. You're going to go to the very top and go like this. You're going to go up here to the very top of this. You're going to go like this. Now you want I like to put pads on the bottom. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, big oval. 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 Now the eyes. So for the eyes, you're going to go about halfway up here, and you're going to make a circle and a circle. Oh no, it's a zombie teddy bear. Run for your lives, it's a zombie teddy bear. Make a circle. Make a circle. Remember the highlight on the eyes. So I'm going to leave a white spot on those eyes too. Now again, you could add things like eyelashes. Oh, pretty, beautiful. Oh, so adorable. And you could do the eyebrows. You could have an angry teddy bear because it's been in quarantine too long. It's an angry teddy bear, needs to get out and see the sunshine. But I like to do these eyebrows again too. Like, it's kind of worried. Like, woohoo! What happened? The nose, right here between the two circles. You're gonna make what looks like a frown. It's actually the top of the nose. Then you turn it into a pizza. It's a pizza-nosed bird bear. And now we're gonna make a letter W right here. I'm gonna pull this in a little closer. Maybe it needs to be a little closer so you guys can see a little better. Is that a little better? And then we'll make a letter W right there. I'll put some smiles on it. And you can put a little tongue on there. Now the fun thing is, what are you gonna do with the rest of it? Now you can dress it up. I'm gonna put some pants on, teddy bear. So put some pants on. And there's the bottom of the pants. And I'm gonna have a jacket, zigzag line down, a triangle, a triangle, a triangle, and a kite shape. And I'll make that into a tie, so I'll put some stripes on there. And I'm gonna put a top hat on its head. You can put whatever you want on yours. Mine is a magician, so it's got a magic wand. So I'm gonna make a magic wand here. And it's going to a birthday party, and it's gonna bring a smile. But that smile is not really gonna be a smile. It's gonna be a cupcake. So you make a smile, make a line that goes up, a line that goes up. Then you're gonna make a bumpy line going across and then down, and a bumpy line going around like this. Put some lines on that, and put some sprinkles on there. And maybe you can put a candle on there too. And there's my teddy bear going to the party. I'll sign my name here. Ralph Mellow Yellow. Ralph Masiello. And there's that one. Jerry, you want to say a little something while I get another piece of paper?
I know that the teddy bear was named after Teddy Roosevelt when he was president.
That's correct.
There you go. You could learn some nonfiction while you were drawing a teddy bear. And I believe he was hunting grizzly bears at the time. And I forget the exact story of how it came to be. But they ended up calling baby toy bears teddy bears after the president. So there you go.
Okay, so this is going to start off. This is something that's not in any of my books yet. This is not in any books yet. And again, this is going to be something very simple. And we're going to use our imagination quite a bit. We're going to make a weird, kind of like a silly, goofy monster. I'm gonna make a big circle for one eye and a small circle for another eye. So this monster, its eyes are circles. There's a big circle. And right next to that circle, I'm gonna have another circle, but it's smaller. Yours could be the same size if you want.
Are you,
Remember-
are you writing a monster drawing book?
Yeah, I want to do a monster drawing book. Yeah, I'm doing the unicorn drawing book right now. I'm finishing that one up, and then I want to do goofy monsters, silly, goofy, funny, silly ones that you can interchange arms and legs. You can put a head from one onto the body of another. Kind of like when we were kids, the creepy crawlers, Jerry. Remember creepy crawlers where the you could put all the pieces together. So kind of like that. So you get the two circles for eyes. Remember to make the little highlights on these eyes too.
Ralph, someone has called and said, could you tell Ralph to draw a unicorn?
I am going to draw a unicorn. I got to do a very simple unicorn at the end.
Okay.
So we got the two circles in there, and I'm going to make like triangles hanging down. Triangles hanging down. And I'll even put triangles in between these. So I got triangles hanging down. And I'm going to make a wiggly line for a neck. So we got all these triangles and a wiggly line for a neck. It's got a really skinny neck. And then right here, I'm going to do a half circle. So this is this weird head and a half circle, but then I'm going to put a rectangle right here and make that into a rectangle.
Yep.
And underneath this, a smile or a half circle going around like this. And then a wavy line going up and down, up and down, up and down. It's gonna be a ballerina dancer. So we got our little tutu, roughly tutu. And I'm gonna have two triangular legs going down. One going down like this. And one going down like this. Those are long, skinny triangles. And then I'm going to make, now you don't have to make yours look like a ballerina. I'm doing this because I feel like making a ballerina monster. A smile or a letter U, then an X. And to tie those off, a loop and a loop, a loop and a loop. And you can put little strings hanging down like this. So you got a letter U, an X, a loop and a loop. Now we need some arms. So I'm going to make little arms going out like this. And we can make a little half circle claws here. There's like a half circle and a half circle, half circle, half circle for little claws. And on the top of this thing, I'm going to have, I'll put a rectangle up here in the sky. And I'm going to make a line going up and a line going up and a line going like this. It's going to be a ponytail. And this, so you got little lines going up, rectangle, little lines going up to a point. And then you're going to go out and out and out and out. And then a wavy line and a wavy line. And I like to put a rectangle behind here too. There's my little ballerina dancer. And I'll put a little heart there. So there's a little fun, silly, goofy creature that you can make. And you could change it. You could put a Viking helmet on its head. It could have jet engines coming out of the bottom. But have some fun. You guys have been kind of cooped up. Use your imagination. Use your creativity to create some strange creatures. Make a whole family of them. I know you guys could do this. You could do all kinds of different things with your drawings. And again, I'm going to sign my name here, Ralph Macaroni and Cheese. And Jerry, while I'm getting another piece of paper, you want to say anything?
I think Ralph's gonna draw a unicorn next. And Mary Alice, who's in the background, I can't read what it's saying, so.
Okay,
Who's in the background?
I'll jump in and just say
Yeah,
that the comments are Ralph is a great teacher. Like comments, I can even do this. Thank you, Ralph. Ralph is amazing. So this is incredible.
You're welcome. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. I love doing this with kids and teachers.
And Ralph, we've told them to like share their creations and tag you on social media.
That would be great. On Twitter, I think it's just my name, Ralph Masiello. On Instagram, it's Ralph Paints, one word, Ralph Paints. And then, of course, I'm on Facebook under my real name. So if anybody wants to check that out. Okay, so before I do the unicorn, I want to do something super, super, super simple. And kids seem to love drawing this thing because it is so simple. This is literally going to take a minute to do the entire drawing. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some water. So here's some water. Right, here's some water. Very simple. Very simple. Little kids can draw this. Kids love drawing sharks. So we're going to have a big dorsal fin coming up out of the water. So you're going to go up and curve this way. You're going to go up and curve this way. A little bit of a point at the end. You're going to go down and curve that way. And sharks have a little pointy thing in the end. You know, they have a little barb on the end. So it's like a kind of like a letter C, but not really. And then it's going to go down into the water. So now you have your shark swimming through the water. Now, if you want to get really goofy, which I like to do, underwater, you could have the big shark's body underwater, but you know what? My shark is not going to be a shark. It's going to go around and it's going to go like this. And it's going to have a big eyeball. And I'm going to put a little smile and a little nostril and a gill, which is like a little smile on its side, a triangle for a little fin, a triangle for a little fin, a triangle for a little fin, and then the back fin like that. So here he's kind of a faker. He's not a real shark, but he's pretending he's a shark. And you could actually have a little bit of the other eyeball on the other side if you want to make a little bit of the other eyeball on the other side like that. So there's a goofy little fake shark, a shark that's not a shark, but he wants to be a shark. He's got ambitions of being a shark. And you could even add, you could add another little fin right here, maybe. Another little fin right there. And if you wanted to, you could have seaweed coming up from the bottom. So these are lines that wiggle. See, I just make a wiggly line. Just make wiggly lines. And then you go to the top and you wiggle back and forth. You go to the top and you wiggle back and forth. You go to the top and you wiggle back and forth. Now you get your seaweed. I like to add a little cloud in the background. Maybe I'll add a little cloud. There's a big cloud in the background here. And maybe another cloud behind it. So you can actually fill up your drawings with other things. You could have birds flying by and stuff. So there's my goofy little fake shark. And again, I'm gonna sign my name here, Ralph Masiello is my name. And little copyright symbol too. You can copy these if you want. Jerry, you got anything else to say? Can I have time to do 2 more drawings? Or do we have enough time for 2 more drawings? And I'll finish with the unicorn.
why don't you do them? You got here, we'll do them.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, do them.
Okay, so I'm gonna get another piece of paper. There's another piece of paper. Let's get some more tape here. So as you can see, this table works great as an easel. And if you're homeschooling your kids right now, you've got a bunch of kids, this is a great thing to put up nice and tall, maybe in a garage or in a basement or a family room or something, and your kids can actually sit down and draw along with you. I actually kind of like the surface is nice and tall. So this next one, yeah.
Someone has called in and said, Linda, some lady named Linda, and she says, do you always draw standing up? I know that when you're at schools, you're always standing up during your presentation and when you're teaching kids. But when you're, let's say you're painting at home, like the skull book, would you be sitting down painting those skulls?
I'd be sitting down at my desk, and I have a big drafting table. And what I do is I have an angled piece of board where I can put my drawing or painting on an angle, so it's actually comfortable for me to draw or paint on. Sometimes I use a big easel. I haven't been using easels, regular easels to paint on in a long time. I find it easier to sit at my desk and have something kind of tilted and have all my stuff spread out over my page. Somebody said I was drawing too fast. So I'll do one that's a little slower. And this one is kind of silly. And I'm gonna use black, even though this shouldn't be black. I'm gonna use black so it'll show up. What I'm gonna do here is in the middle of your paper, I'm gonna make a kind of a bumpy upside down letter U. It's gonna be kind of something fun to draw. Kind of silly too. A bumpy upside down letter U. It's kind of a bumpy upside down letter U. I don't know if you guys can see that. Bumpy upside down letter U. And then right here, we're going to make a letter C and a backwards letter C right here. So you're going to make a letter C, and I kind of make that bumpy too. And a backwards letter C. Looks like a head with ears, doesn't it? But then at the bottom, we're going to make a bumpy line going across. So you want to connect these together, bumpy, 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 bumpy line. Jerry, you know what it's going to be yet?
I think it's a chocolate chip ice cream cone.
You're right. It's going to be an ice cream cone. And so right here, and everybody wants ice cream. Everybody wants to go out now. It's getting to the point where everybody wants to get out. We want these ice cream places to be open so we can all go out again and enjoy our ice cream. So right here, you're going to make a letter V, a skinny, 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 skinny letter V. Letter V, going to go down, and you're going to go down. I like a sugar cone on mine. Now, if you remember sugar cones, when you get your ice cream cone, there's lines that curve around it. So this is gonna be like a spiral. So you're gonna make a line that curves around. So I'm actually gonna start right here. Line that curves around, line that curves around, line that curves around, line that curves around. But then you're gonna make them go the opposite way. You're gonna curve this way. So you got lines going this way, then you're gonna go this way. Now you don't need those, but I like to make it look kind of more realistic. So I'm gonna make a line that curves around, curves around, curves around, curves around. So there's my ice cream. You can put some sprinkles or something on there, but I like to make a cherry. Now, unfortunately, I'm not gonna use red because it probably won't show up real well. So I'm gonna make a bump that kind of looks like a heart shape that's disappearing over here. Kind of like a heart shape that's disappearing right there. So I got two cherries with stems. I'll make a little bump on the end of the stems. This is going to get weird. Now it's going to get strange. Pretend this is going to be an insect. So there's the two eyes of your insect. There's the head of your insect. Right here and right here, we're going to make a line that goes out like this and out like this. So it's got like its arms are out like this, like dun, 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 dun. Go about halfway down your cone. So you got one line goes out like this and one line goes out like this. Now, if I'm going too fast, later on you can actually go back and watch this on YouTube. Right, Jerry? They can actually watch it again on YouTube. Okay, so right about halfway down, I'm going to make a line that kind of goes almost straight out, but not real long. Almost straight up, but not real long. And then at the very bottom here, I'm gonna make a line that goes down and curves a little bit that way. Goes down and curves a little bit like that. What are those legs? What is this thing, Jerry? Do you know what it is?
I think I do.
Right
think
here. It's a what?
I think those are wings.
Those are going to be wings. So up here, I'm going to make a bumpy line. Bumpy, 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 and touch that line. Over here, I'm going to make bumpy, 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 touch that line. And then the bottom wings, so those are the upper wings. Then the bottom wings, bumpy, 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 bumpy. Bumpy, 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 bumpy. And then like butterfly wings, they have what are called cells on the wings. So we're gonna make like a loop that looks like a teardrop shape or a raindrop shape sticking out this way. And a raindrop shape sticking out this way. I'm gonna do the same here, raindrop shape going down like this. And a raindrop shape going down like this. And then you'll add lines going from that to the edges of the wings. So you're gonna go from the raindrop to the edge of the wing. From the raindrop to the edge of the wing. From the raindrop to the edge of the wing. It's a flying ice cream cone. There you go. Ralph. Meatball. What'd you think of that one, Jerry?
I really like it.
That's a fun one. You know, the whole idea behind these is I like when kids follow along and do the actual one, but I like to try to get kids thinking about what they could do on their own. You know, that's all well and good for me to draw and you guys to follow along, but it's more fun to see what kids do with it afterwards. I love seeing what kids do with the drawings afterwards. Maybe some kid doesn't want to put butterfly wings on it. Maybe they put bat wings on it. Maybe it's a bat-winged ice cream cone. Maybe there's a banana sticking out of its head or something. Well, who knows? So I'm gonna put this one down and we'll do a unicorn.
Ralphie, we're almost done. So, yep, it's time to do a uniform. This will finish up the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. And when you travel around the country right now, unicorns are really popular. When you walk into it, kids have unicorn caps on. They have unicorn shirts. I went to an ice cream place recently in Boston, and for an extra $1, you could have a unicorn horn put on the top of your ice cream cone. So not only did the cone go this way, then they had a little unicorn top above. So there you go. Here we go.
I'm going to do a really simple unicorn, but in my the Mystic Files Beast book, I did a unicorn. I showed this last week too, but when I'm going to do a really detailed unicorn, it would be more something like this right here. So that's from an oil painting that I did, and actually that's actually owned by the painting is owned by the publishing company, Charles Bridge Publishing in Watertown, Mass. They have that in their publishing company up on the wall. So this one I'm going to do today is actually going to be super simple, almost to the point where it's like a cartoon, and you can add your own little things to it. Hold your paper the tall way. And the cool thing about unicorn horns, if you do a little research into unicorn horns, they're not always spiraled ones. Sometimes they look like a stag horn. Sometimes they look like branches. If you look at different unicorn styles throughout history. So with our unicorn, this particular unicorn, this is going to have just geometric shapes for the body parts. So the head is going to be like an egg shape on its side right here. The body is going to be an oval right here. Then we're going to connect the head to the body. So I use my finger before I even draw. Sometimes I'll use my finger to go, okay, that's where that's going to go. That's where that's going to go. The neck's going to be here. The tail's going to be here. I'm going to add a wing on it later. So the wing's going to be here and the unicorn horn's going to be here. So I want to figure out, do I have enough room? Where is it going to fit? Head, body, tail, wing, horn. Okay, so right here, we're going to make the head, and it's going to be super, super, super simple. It's an egg shape on its side. You know, the snout of the unicorn is going to be a little longer than the back part of the head. So you're going to go, and this is not going to be a perfect unicorn, obviously. There's the head. It's just like an egg shape on its side. Okay, I want to put an ear. You could do just triangles. I'll do, for little kids, I'm just going to do little triangles sticking up. One ear is a triangle here. And one ear is a triangle here. Doesn't look like much now. And we're not going to put the horn on it yet. Because what I want to do is I want to make the neck. I'm not even going to put the nose and the eyes on it yet. From the back of the egg shape, we're going to make a line that goes down like this. It's going to go, you follow your finger, you go around, you follow it and go woo, down like that. So I'm going to go woo, down like that. The neck, go under the chin, under the jaw. Right here, we're going to go down like this. So this is going to go down like this. So this one's going to go down like this. You're going to make the body right here with an oval. We're going to go down and around and touch that. So this oval isn't going to connect together. So you're going to start on the end here. You're going to go around and touch the neck. Now, if you want to make a regular, the oval go all the way, that's fine, because later on you could put another line in there and you could put jewels in here. Maybe it's got a little collar right there. Okay, so you got a little neck. The legs, I'm going to have this leg going out, this leg going out. These legs are going to go down. These are just going to be like two lines getting. This one's going to go out and out. And then you're going to connect it together. This one's going to go out and then behind that one. You want to have the hooves on the end. So make some hooves. This one, these legs are going to kind of go down like this. Down. Like that. And this one goes down and hides behind there. You put your hooves on there. Again, super simple. This is not a realistic one. Kind of looks like a dog. Okay, so we're going to go back up here. Make a little loop for a nose, a little spiral for a nose. And I'm going to make a muzzle going around like this. And I'll put a little smile right here. And then the eye is a letter V on its side. Make a little line that curves around here. And I'm going to make that white spot on the eye. And you can put eyelashes on that letter V if you want. This is really goofy looking. It's got a big body. I'm going to have a wing coming up off my unicorn. See, I haven't put the unicorn horn on it yet. I have a line that goes up, then loop, 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 loop. And then right here, we're going to go, so you go up, loop, 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 and then make loop, 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 loop. If you want to get really fancy, you can make another wing on the other side. We're going to have some mane on it. You have to have the mane on your unicorn. So I'm going to make lines that go out right here. Okay, so you want to have the mane, pretty mane. I like to have my mane kind of wild looking. So make behind the ear, a wiggly line going out, then wiggle in, then wiggle out, then wiggle in, then wiggle out, wiggle in, wiggle out. This one's gonna hide behind the wing. And right here, wiggle out, wiggle in, wiggle out, wiggle in. And we gotta need the unicorn horn up here. That's gonna be like a triangle, but we gotta do the tail. And the tail, we're gonna kind of do like the mane, you're gonna wiggle up, then wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I'm gonna do like a wiggly line like this. There's my tail. And I know I'm going really fast, but I know we need to finish up. I'm gonna make the unicorn horn coming up. Now remember, it's a triangle. Go up, then back down, and then a line, and a line, and a line. It curves around like this. And there you have your little unicorn. It's a simple unicorn. It's actually more like a Pegasus unicorn. I'll make the other wing on the other side. You can actually make the other wing on the other side like that. There you go. What is it, Jerry?
I'm sorry, today I can't see what that person said. Susan from Colorado said something.
Do you have a favorite drawing utensil, i.e. pencil, chalk, marker? I particularly like, I'm an oil painter, so I use really good oil paints, but I wanted to share this, and I'm glad somebody asked it. One of my favorite drawing utensils, and if your parents want your kids to have like the best drawing pencil, they're called Blackwings. I don't know if you can see that box. And I use the Blackwing Softs, and there's the actual pencil. I don't know if you can see that. There's the actual pencil. And the cool thing about these, great lead, very velvety. The eraser comes out, and as you wear it down, you can actually pull it up. I don't know if you can see, but you can actually slide it up, and you can extend the eraser and stick it back down in there. So every time your eraser gets worn down a little bit, you can pull that thing out and extend the eraser. These are like really good quality pencils. It's called the Palomino Blackwing Palomino, and you can see I buy lots of them. As far as markers go, I tend to use micron pens and pencils because they're really consistent. Oil paints, I use the professional grade Winsor Newton. I actually use walnut oil paints to do those. So there you have it. If you want to add some things here, like maybe I'll add like a, like something going around here, like maybe it's got some scales on it. Anything else, Jerry? You can add little things.
We're out of time. Thank you for the terrific drawing lessons. I hope the kids had a good time.
So the next drawing lesson that I'm going to do, it will be actually more detailed stuff for older kids. Now these are really the younger kids. I know there's a variety of ages here. There's probably some preschool and kindergarten kids. With the older ones, I can't hear you, Jerry. Your mic's off.
Will you come back next week and do drawings for older kids?
Yeah, I'd love to do that. And there'll be much more difficult drawings. Much more difficult drawings.
I want to watch you draw a dragon again. Bye, everybody. Thank you for having.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. I want to check out the comments before you close this thing out, Jamie. So let me take a look at the comments and thank you everybody for checking in. I hope everybody's doing well and being safe.
Thank you to James, Mary Alice, our secret weapons in the background. Thank you very much today. Thank you, Ralphie.